Who would have thought that the key to success in your life is simple as being a good influence on the people around you? If you're struggling to be one, then seeing you here in this video is no accident. Hi, I'm Paul Andre. For today's video, we're going to do a book review. I'm pretty sure that all you bookworms out there will love this new book review series I'm doing on my channel. So sit back, relax, and let's begin.
Paul Andre, give them what they need, here to motivate and inspire, bring the energy, let's go. Content I know you need it, all about personal branding, even public speaking, and we live streaming, this I know you'll like, get it hype.
For today's book review, we have the critically acclaimed title, How to Win Friends and Influence People Too, written by Carnegie. With a plethora of positive reviews, it made me curious about what this book had in store for us. And oh boy, we are definitely in a treat for this one. If you're struggling to gain influence, then this book is for you. It talks about how changing your mindset and attitude can have a great impact on your connections. Without further ado, let's dive more into detail, shall we? This book is divided into parts which contain different principles that we can follow. The first part deals with the importance of appreciation and how criticism should be avoided. The main takeaway in this part is how criticism doesn't do any good to those around you. Some people may think that this is an effective way to change people for the better in terms of performance or relationships, but in reality, it's not. Criticism acts as a barrier for people to progress. For example, if you're the boss in your company and always criticize your employees' performance, this will only do more harm than good. One more criticism and you will find them filling out a resignation form at your front desk. So instead of criticism, why not practice giving an honest and sincere appreciation? If you can't stand someone's performance or behavior, always try to be calm and sincere in giving them advice that will help them to be better. Doing so will help them to thrive more and feel more appreciated than being bombarded with criticism. It is also important to be a positive influence to people based on what they want and not yours. Do not shove your wants to other people just because they're different from yours. One way you can do this is to be a motivator. For me, this is the best way to be a driving force of positivity and not something that can hinder their way to success. The book is focused on making you an influential being that people will look up to. And this brings up to the second part, which focuses on making people like you. In this part of the book, it tackles the importance of respect, avoiding arguments, being a good listener, and learning other people's interests. Just because the person has a different opinion than you doesn't mean that you're gonna have to tell them they're wrong. It is their opinion based on their point of view, and you need to respect that. Because if you don't, this is where arguments start to ignite their fire. And we always want to avoid doing such because it's a recipe for disaster. So instead of arguing, why not be a good listener instead? The more you respect and listen to your person's opinions, feelings, sentiments, the more they will feel connected to you. The feeling of giving sincere and honest care towards them is one way to win them as friends. On top of that, saying their name is also vital when making a conversation. Think of it as your way of making a compliment. It is also important to talk in terms of their interests. Doing so helps you learn more about their side and why they act a certain way. So when you're in a meeting or just casual conversation with someone, be a keen listener, avoid arguments, and encourage them to open up no matter their interests. And of course, don't forget to smile too. The third part of the book is the most content-filled of them all, which contained about 12 principles. But let's just have a quick run through of what they are all about. So in this part, the book focuses on changing how you think and how empathy and sympathy play a bigger role. For example, if you've done something wrong, do not try to justify it knowing that it is indeed wrong in the first place. Justifying will only make you look like a fool. So don't be scared to admit without hesitation and think of it as a door for improvement for yourself. Different people have different opinions on how they see life. You will never know the struggles that a person is going through, so always be careful about the words you say. It's best to show empathy and be a person that they can rely on in times of need. This part also tackles the importance of making the person have the spotlight when their idea comes into play. And for me, this is a perfect opportunity to be all ears to the person, which is very effective, especially when it comes to business. Seeing things based on a person's point of view helps you see what it feels like to be in their shoes. Always remember that it's not always about yourself. but always about others as well. Of course, since the previous parts of the book talk about how we can be an epitome of change, the final part is applying these learnings to other people. One should never be afraid of change, especially if you feel like these people have the capability to do more. And the best way to do this is by taking control without using force. We have learned that in previous parts of the book that being a better person always grants you sweet success. And what better way to make use of it to apply them to the people around us? My favorite part of this section is the principle that talks about reflecting on your own mistakes before others. And I see that this is a great opportunity to show empathy and sympathy as we correct people. This is because we are not perfect, and let's try not to be one because it will hinder future improvement for ourselves. So always look at your mistakes first before and we'll see which part of yourself you need to improve too. Lastly, encouragement should always be a top priority. Do not down people just because you feel you have the authority to do so. So continue to encourage people so they can move forward to make their dreams a reality too. If they need help, don't hesitate to suggest what's good for them and make them feel happy about it. How to Win Friends and People is definitely a must-have and a worthy addition to your collection of inspirational books. The book is very well written. It helps you become a better person so that you can get glimmering success in no time. If you want to be an influencer that wants to change for the better, interacting with people, then this book is what you need. You'll never know. Maybe this book will be the first step in success you have been yearning for so long. Thank you for watching our book review series today. Before you go, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Want to get notified with the latest uploads? It's time to hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on any future content. Once again, this is Paul Andres signing out. Peace.